There's 3 lives that everybody has. Everybody has a public life. Everybody has a private life. And then everybody has a secret life. The public life is the life that you want everybody else to see. It's the life you show. It's the persona you put on. It's the fake. It's the world that is what you want people to believe you are, but you really aren't. And then there's the private life. The private life is the life that your closest friends, your closest peers, your closest family knows. It's the real you to a certain extent, the intimate version of you. And then there's the secret life. And the secret life is the life that only a few people will ever get to see. It's where you hide your biggest shames. It's where you hide your biggest embarrassments and humiliations, the things that you're most sad and discouraged about yourself. That's where the secret life lives. We are taught that every person we approach is living and demonstrating their public life. It's not real. It's just what they want to show. Tons of energy, tons of effort, tons of money, tons of time goes into this public life. And when a public life person runs into another public life person, it's 2 flashes in the same pan, right? There's no connection. It's blinking and then they separate. The way you get past that is you lead with your private self. You lead from a place of genuine authenticity and vulnerability, and you appear like an authentic, genuine person. And now you've got this flashing public life and this very calm life, and the calming private life actually encourages the other person to want to connect private life to private life. For us, that's important because once you connect private life to private life, you're on someone's inner circle. And from that inner circle, you move them into a secret relationship. In relationships, in actual meaningful, deep relationships, you connect private life to private life so that you can then connect secret life to secret life. And you don't have to keep secrets from one person, the one person you love and trust the most.
Yeah, that's powerful. Because we always talk about the power. The way we phrase it is you got vulnerability and tension. And your most vulnerable self is the one that really connects. But most men are scared to show their most vulnerable self. They're scared to open up. And I'm not talking about this needy, victim-y self. There's the part of you that has an emotion that feels a little nervous and raw and open-hearted. And that's what women get drawn to. But they think they're going to be vulnerable from their head. It just doesn't work. Yeah. And so if you can learn to lead with that person, people feel more connected to you. They feel more...
You demonstrate your leadership right away, right? If you are a calming force in a world of chaos, right? Remember, you're thinking about the other person. They live in a chaotic world. If she's single and she's got friends, she's watching other friends connect. She's watching other friends fall in love. She's got pressure from mom and dad. She's trying to balance what it's like to be beautiful and professional and successful and, not show her weakness and her own vulnerability as a female. When you approach that person vulnerable, all that does is it makes them feel calm and confident in you as the driver and you as the leader, and it makes them want to be vulnerable with you.
Yes. Yeah. The one thing I always say is that true confidence isn't putting up a big wall and walking up. Like guys will say all the time, just go talk to her, be confident. So I'll put up a big wall and I'll be like, okay, I'm confident. Sales is the same way. Getting on the stage is the same way when you're public speaking. Put up a big wall. Hi, I'm Brian. How are you? What's your name? Where are you from? That's bullshit confidence. And women know that. That's coming from pride. That's coming from ego. We drop that and we actually get to the point where we can own our deepest fears and our sadness, our loneliness, our love, our passion, our curiosity. And we put it right out there for everybody to see when we're on stage. We put it right out there for everybody to see on video. We put it right out there for the women to see when we walk up, and then we own it and we don't become a victim or blame it. We become magnetic. And
magnetic.
Yeah.
Excellent word.
Yeah. And that's what the guys need to realize on this call is we're saying the same thing with different words. It's super magnetic because think about what's more confident. A guy with a wall saying, hey, what's up? Or a guy saying, yeah, you terrify me and I don't give a fuck. I'm going to show up anyways.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up. Like, I'm shaking and I don't care. I'm right here. I ain't going anywhere. How are you? That's a whole different mentality. But it seems like you would have to really, as an agent in the CIA or somebody that's being qualified as an agent for the CIA, they have to really look for somebody I'm guessing they look for somebody that's capable of that to some degree ahead of time, and then they cultivate the rest.
Yeah. So Yeah, it's surprising to most people. So what CIA does is CIA knows that the skills they teach can be taught to anybody. Anyone can learn the skill. One of the most powerful things to me was when I was taught that there really isn't anything special about me as an individual that got me into CIA. What got me into CIA was the fact that CIA needed the background that I brought to the table. They needed somebody ambiguously brown with a giant forehead, right? They needed somebody who didn't look American. I happened to speak Chinese at the right time. I happened to be experienced in nuclear engineering at the right time and nuclear missiles and nuclear warheads. And that was what they needed at the time. So CIA, the world's intelligence services from Russia to the US to Mexico and India, all these intelligence services know that they can train pretty much anybody to do the skills that they need in about 6 months. What they can't train is the years of experience beforehand that make you an expert in engineering or fluid dynamics or whatever else. So it's really not that the person itself was born to be a spy. It's that the spy was built out of the person that they needed. And that's how it works. So just like CIA has total confidence, they can teach anybody the skills that you and I are talking about, which tells me anybody can learn the skills that you and I are talking about. I'm building a business taking people into live experiences where they're learning these skills. They're learning dead drops in a matter of hours. They're learning how to bump a stranger and gain critical intelligence in a matter of hours. They're learning escape and evasion. They're learning tactical driving and tactical shooting. They're turning into a badass overnight because the skills are trainable. Everything you're teaching is absolutely trainable. If you like this short clip, make sure you click here to see the next clip or here to see the full podcast episode.
So fresh, so new.